The book of Genesis, chapter 4. And Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. And Abel he also brought of the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering. But unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain, Why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted. And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother, and slew him. And the Lord said unto Cain, Where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee your strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto the Lord, My punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that every one that findeth me shall slay me. And the Lord said unto him, Therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord, and dwelt in the land of Nod, on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived, and bare Enoch, and he builded a city, and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch. And unto Enoch was born Arad, and Arad begat Mehuel, and Mehuel begat Methusel, and Methusel begat Lamech. And Lamech took unto him 2 wives, the name of the one was Adah, and the name of the other Zillah. And Adah bare Jabal, he was the father of such as dwell in tents, and of such as have cattle. And his brother's name was Jubal, he was the father of all such as handle the harp and organ. And Zillah she also bare Tubal-Cain, an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron, and the sister of Tubal-Cain was Naamah. And Lamech said unto his wives, Adah and Zillah, Hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech, hearken unto my speech, for I have slain a man to my wounding, and a young man to my hurt. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold. And Adam knew his wife again, and she bare a son, and called his name Seth, for God, said she, hath appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew. And to Seth, to him also there was born a son, and he called his name Enos. Then began men to call upon the name of the Lord. Now, that brings us to the close of the 4th chapter of Genesis. We've walked through some heavy terrain today, grappling with a story that teaches us about the immense consequences of jealousy, resentment, and the complexity of human choices. From Adam and Eve, we moved on to their sons, Cain and Abel. They were the first children born into this world, a world still fresh, still new. Their tale is one of a family torn apart, and it's here that we see the first act of violence, a mark of our shared human struggle. Cain, the farmer, consumed by jealousy and pride, ended up taking the life of his own brother, Abel, the shepherd, a harsh act born out of rivalry and resentment. But as we see, it is not without consequences. The Lord's punishment was severe. Cain was banished, condemned to be a restless wanderer on earth. And yet, even in his despair, there was a sliver of mercy. God marked Cain, ensuring that no one would kill him and further the cycle of violence. This chapter asks us to reflect upon our own choices, our own capacity for both good and harm. It asks us, just as it asked Cain, where's your brother? Each of us has a responsibility to one another, a shared bond that should guide us towards compassion and understanding. As we close, let's remember, Genesis is not just the beginning of the Bible, it's the beginning of our shared human story. A story that has its share of triumphs and tragedies, a story that continues to unfold to this day. This is the end of chapter 4 of Genesis. Join us next time as we continue our journey through this profound text. Until then, let's remember to do good, to be our brothers and sisters' keepers, to strive for understanding, compassion, and peace. Thank you. May God bless you all. You have been listening to ObamaVoice.com. If you're interested in being part of this journey with me, I hope you'll consider hitting the like button and subscribing to this channel. Your support not only enables us to keep bringing you more content, but it's also a valuable way for you to join the conversation and make your voice heard. Remember, when you engage by liking or subscribing, it's not just about supporting the channel. It's about participating in a broader dialogue, about sharing ideas and growing together. Please comment on what you would like to see and hear from ObamaVoice.com. So let's start this journey today by clicking the subscribe button and join me in this new venture.